So Algebra 1, good morning. We are going to be using our math Bible today. For the lesson, it'll be a little bit different lesson. Before we move on to lesson 1-7, I really feel like it's going to be more beneficial to just pop in a quick lesson about slope. So I would like you to open up your math Bible to page 431. When you get there, you'll see that it says slope. That is what we're going to be talking about today. In tomorrow's lesson, you will see us refer to slope multiple times. And having an understanding of what slope actually is will play a big part in being able to have success in the lesson. When you think of slope, you might think of skiing hills, sliding hills, which ultimately is a good thought because it's the steepness that a hill, or in our case, a line takes. In order to measure that steepness, you are looking at what is referred to as the rise over the run. You might be thinking to yourself that you're not really sure what that means, rise over run, which is totally okay because that is what we were talking about and going over today. The rise is how much a line goes up or down, and the run is how much a line moves left to right. So, if you look below, it says an example, a line with a slope of 2/3. So the slope is 2/3. 2/3 has a rise of 2 and a run of 3. That means, if you take a look, there's a yellow line that's drawn right along this way. I'm going to try to trace it so it can be seen a little bit better. But you'll notice that at parts it crosses the middle of the squares, and at some parts it crosses right at each corner. And each of those corners of the box, it meets at the slope of 2/3. So it meets at that corner, and then if you go up to one box, 2 boxes, and then go to the right 3 boxes, 1, 2, 3, it meets. Do that again, go up to 1, 2, over 3, 1, 2, 3, up 2, over 3. Now, because you're going up is positive, and on a number line, if you think of a number line, the right of a 0 is the positive, the left of the 0 is negative. So to the right is positive. So it's both a positive 2 and a positive 3, which means the slope is positive. Now, there are different types of slope, but we're going to be looking at a few different types of slope within this lesson. So I would like you to turn to now page 434. If you look at 434, you'll notice that we're going to be talking about different types of slope. And there really are 4 different types of slope. There's a positive slope. Positive slope here, the key with the positive slope is that it rises left to right. So think of it as walking an incline, walking up a hill. However, a negative slope, think about it this way. Now that individual is walking downhill, so goes down or falls from left to right. That'd be a negative slope. But there's also, I think it's called a zero slope. A zero slope, meaning, to put it a different way, has no slope, means it's flat. It means it is horizontal. So the zero slope, as it says, is horizontal. The rise is 0. And remember, 0 divided by any number is 0. Now, there's one final slope. Whoops. There's one final other slope, and that is an undefined slope. That undefined slope is a vertical line. It's going straight up and down. That can only happen when the run is 0. And anytime you divide a number by 0, it'll be undefined. So if you try to plug it in your calculator, let's say it's 5 divided by 0, you're going to get a big E usually on your calculator, which stands for error. And it's showing that the calculator can't solve that. And that's what it means by undefined. So if it goes completely up and down, it's undefined. So there are different types of slopes out there. So we're going to be finding the slopes of specific lines. So we're going to try one together. As it says, you're basically picking 2 points on the line. And then you are trying to see at what points they cross the line. So if we take a look at this example, they're pointing out A and B. Okay? So if they're pointing out A and B, we're going to see where those 2 spots connect and at what intervals of a rise and a run those 2 connect. So A has a rise, well, they start with a run, but it has a run of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then it looks like it's up 3. 1, 2, 3. So it has a rise of 3 and a run of 6. You can go the other way as well. Let's say you don't use their lines. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if you go ahead and you take a look at that slope, both are positive. 3 over 6 can be reduced to 1/2. But what that also means is that because it's reduced to 1/2, means if I go up 1 and to the right 2, so a rise of 1 and a run of 2, it should also meet. So up 1 is a rise of 1, 1, 2, and meets right here as well. 1, 2. So it meets also in those spots. That shows you the slope. Now, there's a couple formulas that you can use to find slopes. And anytime you know a couple points within a line, you can use those points to solve for the slope. So the slope formula, this is key, is the change in y divided by the change in x. Or you'll notice, you'll learn that slope when it's in y equals mx plus b form. This is also called slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b form. The m is the slope. And the b is called the y-intercept, or where the line meets the y-axis. So you can subtract the two y values and divide them by the two x values. Now, when it says y2 minus y1, whichever one you choose to be the 2, you have to keep it corresponding. So it says find the slope of the line that goes through 2, 3, and 4, 6. So label each given value as x1, y1. So looks like they did x1, y1. Use a different color so it can be a little bit more noticeable. x1, y1, x2, y2. So you could have labeled that x1 and y1 and that one x2 and y2, but either way you want it to be consistent. So, and then they plug that in. So they do 6 minus 3 over 4 minus 2. So it's 3 over 2. So your slope comes down to 3 over 2. So here's what your assignment is for tomorrow. I would like you to take a look at pages 441 to 443 to answer 1 through 10. I'm sorry, 1 through 8. So your assignment, Algebra 1. Write it right up here, Algebra 1. 1 through 8. You can go ahead and do it right in your notebook. I'm sorry, right in your math notebook or math Bible. Yes, do it in your math Bible. Then I would also ask that you use pencil so that way if you need to make adjustments, if you're incorrect or whatever, you can go ahead and do so. It's asking for different types of slopes here. And then for 5 and 6, it's asking for slope triangles, just in case you're not sure what it means by a slope triangle. This is what we were doing before with this. This is called the slope triangle. It's connecting it, so they went ahead and on the next example did a slope triangle here. So all you're doing is using the slope triangle, connecting these spots for like number 5. Connecting these spots to solve. Okay, so you're doing 1 through 8. You're doing it right in your math Bible. That is all I need for you to do. Hopefully we'll see you soon. Take it easy and have a great day.